Hi, your angel assistants. With this week's reading, I will be using the Stranger Things tarot deck with the spirit of Halloween, and I wanted to use a particular spread. It's called Power Surge, and sometimes it can be challenging to see our own strength, especially if they make us different from our friends. So this spread is to help us reconnect with our inner power or to gain clarity on how to approach a challenging situation. Just don't try to throw any cards with your mind when you're done. So 4 cards had already come out as I was shuffling, and the first one is basically what is disconnecting you from yourself. Have you recently been biting your Have you recently been bitten by a mind flare, perhaps? So we have the Magician. The Magician usually is like the start of a journey, something new. If you notice, this particular character in Stranger Things is a little bit awkward and very different from everybody else, but he has important skills. Being the first card of the deck, basically it's starting a new journey, like I said. In this case, it says Bob Newby's power is gentle and loving, perfectly balanced yet understated, with a strong sense of ethics that guides him to care for others. With this kind of foundation, it's easy to manifest whatever it is that you want, which is why the Magician has appeared in the reading. You have everything you need to achieve your goals, and now is just a matter of getting down to business. So that's basically working with your crown chakra and reassuring your confidence and that everything works out in your favor. We have the second card, which is the Tower. In the spread, it's representing how you can reignite your spark. Even if you aren't as powerful as you once were, you can do meaningful things. Well, with the Tower, what number is it? With the Tower, it's usually unexpected changes, and sometimes it may feel really challenging with the Tower because that's sometimes the universe forcing us to let go of things that are no longer serving us, and that God knows that if we don't let it go, we'll never grow and we'll never actually fulfill our full potential. Some people are not meant to be in your life for the rest of your life. They have their season, right? So a lot of times we don't want to let go because we don't see how they're harmful to us. But such instances like the Tower, for example, forces us to make those changes, and it's a perfect time to reflect and look within. Not even the steel reinforced walls of Hawkins Lab can withstand the will of a determined demigod. Some forces cannot be contained, like the life-altering change the Tower predicts. While it may feel like your world is ending, destruction precedes creation. After all, if the Demigorgon hadn't entered our world, how would the party have become heroes? Instead of fearing the unknown, embrace the change and welcome the chance to grow. So that's what I was talking about, is that the Tower brings us an opportunity to see where our true hero is, and it's always within. Sometimes we just kind of don't want to do the work, but for those of you that have been doing that inner spiritual work, meaning that you're holding yourself accountable for anything that you may have done, that you're trying to, I guess, correct in some sense, because you know that you need to release it in order for you to glow. The third card in the spread is Justice. So in the spread, it represents what will be a grounding force. Never underestimate the value of your best friends and choose family, and know that God will bring you justice. This is kind of ironic because personally, when we go through things, we always think that we're never going to get our justice, but God sees all, He hears all, and He laughs at the wicked. He laughs at their plans. Whenever the past comes knocking, trying to remind you of who you were, remind the enemy of his future, right? And ours is to prosper and not to harm us. So Nancy Wheeler refuses to accept things at face value. Exactly, because we're working on a more spiritual. See, some people may be billionaires, but that doesn't buy happiness, not true happiness, right? So our spiritual people are basically building up their riches in the spiritual world. So we don't need to see it to believe it. We already believe it because we see it. She seeks the truth, even going so far as to pursue a career in journalism. And when she is confronted with hidden agendas, dishonesty, or unfairness, she refuses to back down. The Justice card indicates that you are searching for answers and resolution, but may feel confused about how new information challenges your belief system. Follow your instincts and don't be afraid to take a stand. So speak your truth, and God will see you through that. I promise. Because God's word is true, and He doesn't break His promises. Just affirm of God's promises for you. That's how you fight against the enemy. And then we have the last card of the deck, or of the spread, which represents what will keep your energy flowing. Perhaps it's time to consider a move. We have the Hangman. And the Hangman is all about perspective. Technically, they're all major arcana cards. And the Hangman himself is looking at things in a different perspective, like I said, and actually open to alternatives, because God's resources are unlimited, and there's a lot of alternatives to get what it is that you want, you deserve, and your own justice. I personally believe that we don't leave this world until we pay for all that bad that we've done. But the Hangman is Will could not have predicted that he'd find himself suspended in the upside down. This is Will. But he accepts his surroundings and began to plan his next move. Similarly, you are being called to pause, surrender to the unknown. Your energies are shifting, and with that will come inspiration, ideas, and new passions. Relax and go with the flow. In the original deck, or the original tarot, the Hangman is understands that he's upside down, but he's not bothered by it. He's actually taking that opportunity to see things in a different light. And see what he can do, right? Using the resources. I hope you all have a blessed week. If you're interested in a more personal reading, feel free to message me. And again, have a blessed week. Love, light, and peace.